Hey, how's it going, guys? I hope you're having an awesome day today. Right now we're waiting for a confirmation formation to break out, and then once we find out the direction of that breakout, it will help decide whether or not we'll be continuing in the potential large Bitcoin trade, or if we're going to be preparing for a potential short instead. But well, I'll show you what I see on the inside, so you guys get a good rough idea of what I mean. But yeah, so if we go over to the community profits really quick, and we'll dive into the charts, and we'll go over the Ethereum trade that I got currently active and the Bitcoin trade that I'm still have active, but I might potentially double down on it, assuming we break out of this micro formation first. All right, cool. So Toe Rogan, he made 8.95%. It's hard to see longing Ethereum, and 20% as well. Awesome job, man. Vixer, 15% gain off of longing XRP, off of our XRP signal. Awesome job, man. Rando put in a little bit more leverage, but made 68% off the same trade. And Raymond, 19% with less leverage, 5x leverage. Awesome job, guys. And Jimmy closed his XRP trade for 9% gain with 3x leverage. He closed 50% just like myself. Awesome job. And I mean, I'm getting a lot of messages right now. I'm sorry. Anyways, the bug 1992 got 39% gain long XRP. And Chris LC 100% gain off of 50x leverage. Right on, man. And Jeremy for 73% gain, 50x leverage shorting Bitcoin. And lastly, we got Faint for 69% gain with 60x leverage shorting Bitcoin Cash. Awesome job, guys. All right, so I guess I'll see you guys on the inside, and I'll show you what I'm preparing for. We're very, very close to finally getting that confirmation break to hopefully to the upside. Because if we break it to the upside, I'll be able to commit quite a bit of funds to that trade and make a decent amount of money. But if we break to the downside, I'm not going to be committing that much money to it. All right, cool. All right, I'll see you guys on the inside. All right, first things first, let's dive into the DXY. So we can see that we had a double bottom formation being formed right here. It's uptrending, which is typically more bearish while it's uptrending because it can turn to other formations like a rising wedge, stuff like that when they get closer to their target, and they usually get exhausted and break to the downside. So right now, we can see that the DXY, let me see if we can grab a trend line here. Yeah, not really. So we get this uptrending level of support right here that we can track. And we got this uptrending level of resistance that we can track as well. Try to get as many touch points as we can. Here we go. So off this support bounce, off this resistance rejection, and now off of this current rejection right here. You can see it's going to try to retest it, but this is a really important level right here. It will likely get rejected and retest this uptrending level support. If that's the case, then things will reflect bullish in a bullish way to Bitcoin. So we can hopefully that actually occurs. We actually get the rejection here, maybe have a micro double top, and then get rejection, this being the neckline, and bring us back down to this uptrending level support. The technical target will only bring us back down to 111.80, but yeah, we never know. Well, I guess we'll have to find out. If we end up retesting this and we break past this, then we'll likely see a bearish response on Bitcoin. So just keep an eye out on this resistance here, because if we end up breaking it, then we have to watch out for this uptrending level support here as a potential location for the DXY to retest around 113.16. So that's DXY. Going over to Bitcoin, let's go over to the weekly chart first and then minimize it to the daily. We can see that we're still retesting this downtrending level resistance. Keep my eye out on this dotted line right here as well, just in case it turns into a descending triangle. And let's see the daily. So right now I'm trying to find the confirmation bounce. And when you're looking at larger time frames like the weekly or the daily, you typically have to look for formations to give you the confirmation bounce instead of just a regular candle off of lower time frames, like the hourly and the 15-minute and the 5-minute. Typically, all you normally need is like a bullish response in terms of candles. Like for this, for example, right here, you can see we have this this wick right here, showing the shadow of buy pressure. Like that in a lower time frames would typically be enough for me to enter a trade. But when it comes to higher time frames, we're looking for a longer term trade that could end up lasting a month, maybe two. I would want to use lower time frame formations to help dictate whether or not I should be entering off of that confirmation breakout. So this is what I'm looking for before I enter off of this break to the upside. If I go over to the lower time frames, this is the daily. If I go over to like the hourly chart, you can see we got this formation right here. So if we end up breaking to the upside of this formation, then this is going to be the moment where I put maybe like 40K into a trade, because this is a reflection of what's going on in the daily chart. If we end up seeing it come back up here and we use this as support, then I'll enter off of this trade right here, because this will give us enough momentum to invalidate this resistance and allow us to actually go towards the technical target from what the formations that we're seeing on the daily time frames. We got this uptrending level support here that we also have to worry about as well. If we end up breaking, I'd say, let's see, right, put a trend line right here. If we end up breaking this support level right here, so I won't be entering a short off of this, but I'll enter a short off of this. The reason being because it would validate a double top formation being formed. And if it comes back down and we come up and retest this and we get rejected, the technical target for the break to the downside would be, let's see here. Yeah, 19,300. So I'd actually close my existing long position that I entered down here at like around 19,200. If we came back down, get the rejection, and started coming down from the rejection, then I would close my existing long position and just wait for a new pattern for me to enter off a potential long position. So I'd close my long and enter a short and ride it to the technical target as much as I can. The moment I start seeing a potential inverse formation, like a double bottom or inverse head and shoulders, anything that can cause a reversal, I will close my short. However, hopefully we end up breaking to the upside, so I don't have to close my long position, and I can just double down on my long position the moment we see support bounce off of this downtrend level resistance. So this is what I'm waiting for Bitcoin before I commit to like a 40K trade. Of course, if you're part of the community, I will let you know if I decide to do this and when this breaks out, because I'm going to be setting an alarm right now from this trend line. So once price action crosses this, I'll be alerted on my phone. So I got this now set as alert, and I'm going to set this as alert so I can be prepared to close my currently existing long position. All right, so now I'm prepared for those two scenarios. Let's go over to Matic, because I'm thinking about entering a pretty decent trade for Matic as well. I'm just going to pull up this chart here. So before we look in the hourly, let's go over to like the 4-hour chart. So I'm preparing for a breakout of this downtrend level resistance for Matic. Matic's been receiving a lot of bullish news lately, and especially with Disney adopting their platform. So we're starting to see a lot of bullish responses, and we can see that we could either have a potential descending triangle or just a bull flag. A bull flag will give us a much larger technical target than this that I've got laid out, around 99 cents. But I'm just going to be conservative and start closing my positions around these potential resistance levels. So like on the lower time frames, it's looking bearish. Like we might be getting rejected here and coming back down to retest this uptrending level support. If we get a support bounce off this, then awesome. Then we can actually use this measurement. So if we end up seeing price action come down, retest this, then we know we can track the momentum of Matic, right? And if we end up breaking to the upside, we can use that momentum to tell us how long it will likely take for us to hit our technical target for like a 15% gain and a potential 5% loss. So if we end up seeing a bounce off this, then we can confirm this momentum, and then we can use this momentum. So let's say, for example, we entered around here, right? And the technical resistance is around here. So we can drag our tool to match this uptrend level support to the moment where this uptrend level support comes in contact with this resistance to give us an idea of how long it will take for us to get to that target. Then we can just pull up this measurement tool right here, drag it to the right, and you can see that it'll take about 23 days for us to hit the technical target based off of the current momentum. I'm not sure if you guys ever needed to know that, but basically you can use the momentum of the support bounces to tell you how long it will likely take for an asset to hit your technical target. So if it's a long-term trade, like 23 days, you might think about using spot instead of futures if the funding rates are expensive. In a bear market, usually you actually get paid to be in an existing long position because there's more people in shorts. So the people in shorts get charged the funding rate fee, and that funding rate fee gets given to the people who are in long positions. So if you find that the funding rates for the specific asset is telling you that they're negative, mostly negative because we're in a bear market, then it might be a good idea to do just a low leverage long position so you can get paid those funding rates instead of getting charged. So you can earn like a passive income while you're waiting for it to actually hit your technical target. So you can just make money in two different ways. Whereas spot, you don't have to worry about that stuff because there's no funding rates with spot. You technically own the asset, right? So you can just hold it until we get to a certain target, and then you can just sell your asset and then claim your gains. But yeah, this is the Matic trade that I'm preparing for. Hopefully we don't get rejected here, but if we do, we still have this uptrend level support we can track. If we see support bounce off this, then we'll have another chance to break this downtrend level resistance for a potential trade opportunity. For this, I would recommend, if you want to set an alert for it, putting a downtrend level resistance trend line like this here, just outside the break, so you can look when we actually have price action breaking past the resistance level, and you don't have to waste your time staring at your charts all day. So you just add an alert for a trend line just outside the resistance level, and then you can look at the charts when it's appropriate. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I got for you guys, other than one more thing. XRP. So I'm an existing XRP long trade. I just notified the community that I'm moving my stop loss to break even because we can see this uptrend level of support is being broken, and we can right now we got about 49 minutes before we have a confirmed break to the downside. But honestly, when we start seeing price action like this starting to trade sideways near this resistance level, and things are starting to look like it's starting to build a rounded top, like if you go to like a lower time frame, so you can probably see a rounded top. Yeah, so we got resistance starting to peak here, and we're starting to build around the top, and that's a bearish sign. And if you look a little bit closer, you can start sort of seeing like a triple top or a potential head and shoulders formation. If that breaks to the downside, let's grab this. This has got the upturning support here. It'll bring us right back down to our stop loss. So I'm already moved my stop loss to break even, so I'm roughly around here. So now I have no risk at all because I've already closed half my trade once we hit this resistance, so I'll be securing profits. You can either close your full position if you want, but honestly, I'm going to stay in it just in case we end up building a bullish formation that allows us to continue to go further up, so I can ride it as much as I possibly can. If it hits my stop loss, then oh well, I came out profitable either way. But I'm just going to ride it as much as I can so I can stay... so I can potentially grab more profits along the way up. But yeah, guys, that's literally everything I got for you guys. If you have any questions about everything I just stated, you can reach out to me at Discord, and have yourself an amazing day. Thanks for watching.